Hello everybody, and welcome to my in-depth guide on how to play Cypher on Split. First, we're going to start here at B defense with some tripwires, and then we'll go into one-ways and then cameras. Then we'll move over to mid, then we'll move over to A. And then we'll move to attack strategies. So first, you could just put a tripwire right here, of course. But what I like to do is put one right here. Or you can aim it slightly away and put it right here. It honestly just depends what you feel like. You can put one that angle, this angle, pretty much any angle off this little bin right here. Then you can also, anywhere along this. That's about it. You can't put it anywhere on this box or anything like that unless you're planning to do it like that, which that's not very useful. Another one you can do is you can't put any on the box until you get right here. There you can do one, but sometimes the enemies will easily dodge it. But what you can do is put it on the stairs, if you do it right. Actually, yes, you need to do it from this side, my bad. And anywhere along the stairs from here to there, but I would not put it over here. I would put it right here and could probably angle it. Nope. I usually don't do this tripwire, but do it anywhere along here. It's just not my style of tripwire. I don't like them being dodged, but I do this one or higher up and do that one. Usually this one right here. Also, if you're playing for a bit of a retake, you can put a trip backside. You do it right. It's actually easier if you just do it like this, but I have before put it on that angle. Because then usually when you peek from heaven, you either expect them to be right here in backside, or either the tripwire is destroyed and they're back here. You can also, late rounds, once you know that they're, if they are going to push from mid, and you lost mid, you can just put a tripwire right there, or tripwire right here, or right here, right there, and you'll know if they're planting right here or here. I, again, don't do this. It's just pretty obvious if they don't hit any over here that they're going to be over there. Another one for whenever you're attacking and you're trying to hold off the retake, put one right there. Or put one right there. That one's jumpable, so I wouldn't put it that low. About this height is usually good. About stomach height is what it would be on most people. And then you can put it anywhere along here. I wouldn't put it for CT unless they constantly, or for alley, unless they constantly push through it and you're trying to watch for it. Then cameras you can do for this, you could go up here, all the way onto rafters, get onto this box, pull out your camera. I said I was going to do one-ways first, but I changed my mind. We're going to do cameras. And it's a little hard to hit. You have to get used to exactly where you go. But if you can pull it off, then it's higher up than normal, and it's hard for them to see it from garage because of the high ground difference. They can only see it until they get right here, which if you have a one-way right here, then they're gonna be dead. And they cannot see it usually unless they're looking for it, so you always gotta switch it up around anywhere on this wall. And sometimes even to switch it up, I'll put it down on backside. It'll get shot, but it's still very helpful. Or on this, if you're going to play a little bit more passively with that camera. Or up there. You can put it higher, actually. I'll go back up there to show you. Get it about. And I messed it up. Let's try that one more time. Ghost is still kind of wacky. Okay, that's the highest. You can get it. Never mind. I think they patched. Because you used to be able to put it back way up there. And then maybe put it in here. I normally just put it all along that wall, but this one is actually fairly good to see where they're planting, because this is the only plant area, so you'll know exactly where they're planted. I assume, yes, this will work. Might be able to even put it right there. No. I'm trying to get it. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Put it anywhere. It's pretty flexible. You can even put it above garage to see if they're entering. You can put it where that tripwire is. Low down. There's another place you could put it. You could put it right here. Again, another low down one. And you'd only check it when you hear them planting to know where they're planting. And last but not least, the one ways. So what you can do for this one way is its garage. There's another one, heaven, but it's not very useful, so I'm not going to show that one. All you have to do is line up with this corner right here, and you have to look in between this groove right here. There's a slot, kind of a rectangular shape, and you can put it anywhere along there as long as you're looking right at that. You put it on this, it bounces off like that. Unless you, well, if you do it wrong, of course. Also, you can't throw it directly above because of the way the physics of it work. You can throw it further down, but it's not as useful there. And here I'll show you the one way. You can see their feet right here. And let me throw down another one. I shouldn't have activated them all. I missed it. Missed it. It's hard to hit. I used to do it from over here. And you do it at a certain angle, but this one's way easier. So I'm still adjusting.
Cage triggered.
They cannot see anything until they get way back here and crouch. Then they'll be able to see you. But by then they should be dead.
Cage triggered.
Other than that, you can just throw your cages down on the tripwires and get a smoke bang. Now we're gonna move over to mid. Also, if they're constantly flanking spawn, you could also put one like right here, or right here. Now, you could put one on heaven, and if they try to jump down from mid, they'll get stuck in the air. And they'll have to shoot it, or they're just gonna have to float and take the 5 damage and concussion. Put it anywhere along here, as long as you don't mess it up. Can't really go on this door right here. As you can see, it makes weird shapes because of the physics and shape of it. Sometimes you can put it a little bit lower down if your sage stops walling mid, which can happen in solo queue. They just don't play smart. Or once the round starts, you can put it along vents and just run away. Anywhere along vents. There's lots of angles for it. You have to put it over here though. Can't put it on this angle. And you can't put it on this angle. Not this angle either. There's some corners where you can actually put it along a corner and it'll go diagonal. Also, if they love the ropes, anywhere on the ropes, it's good. And in fact, put it along heaven here. If they jump out from heaven a lot, they'll float slightly above it. Wire here, 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 oh, here. And here's an example of the diagonal surfaces. Now this isn't a good one, but can in fact, yeah, it always goes there unless you do something slightly different. I'm pretty sure no, you cannot. I usually just put it along this corner whenever I'm holding it. And then along this corner, this is one of those corners. It's kind of rounded a little bit, that's why. Put plenty along here. Show you. Goes always in the same spot, so they can pre-fire it if they get used to it. You can put one on elbow if you're gonna hold on sight, and instead of putting one right here, you can put one right there and one on elbow, and then play on the screen and just swing if you hear them peeking this side. Again, if they like pushing spawn, you can put one on screens. Pretty flexible there. They like going under heaven a lot. And just throw that down. I made this one crouchable by accident, but you get the point. Again, you can put one on heaven. One over here. Over here, if they are not pushing yet and you think they might rotate, then having a closer tripwire to them, they won't. I just whiffled my words, but having a tripwire closer to them, they won't expect that. Also put a trip along here. Along here, if you're gonna switch it up to lower. Along here. Along here. Along here. This one's kind of angled, but you can make it not so. Put it anywhere along this, until you hit that, and then of course you can't put it until you get there. Anywhere, a lot of places along this angled wall. It's only in one small area, but you can get the point. And then of course along here. I made these crouchable also. I did not mean to do that. I'm just showing it off. Again, if they're going up ropes a lot and pushing mid silently after Sage Wall has faded, then having one on ropes could not hurt. And now I'm going to go into the cameras and then I'll show a one-way. So first camera I like to do, I'm going to jump and put it up there. It's very high up. You can get it higher if you'd like. It's just harder, of course.
Here.
I like putting it along this. It's just very hard to hit. There we go. That's what I was going for. Then you can also put it along this. Just let me get back to heaven. In fact, this is very flexible here. You can't see much with this one. But right here, lower down, can still see plenty. Or for a more passive one, right there to just see when they're pushing sight, not main.
Here.
This is a nice one. Can actually see very early on main. I fell. And you cannot put any up here. I have not tested any up here, but this is about as low as you can go. Actually, let's try this. Nope, you cannot. That's as high as you can go. Of course, the heaven cams. And you can have some passive sight cams. I wish you could put it along this pole anywhere, because this would be really nice, but sadly it's outside the map, so I don't think... no, this is still inside the map. So you can't do it until there. But you could probably... yeah, that's about as high as you can go. I usually don't play A, so I'm not too knowledgeable about this, but I still have played A before and come up with some strats for it, so. You can also place stuff along here or here. The tripwires. I forgot to mention this, I'm sorry. Then for a one-way, you can either go up here, line up with this, right here, along this light and then the line. Move it down to the line, of course. And you can throw as many one-ways as you want. I'm just going to throw down a few to demonstrate.
Cage triggered.
Right here, you can see when they're pushing through, and it's very useful. Now, I wish there was a one-way spot here, but I think it's too low. And also, it's hard to hit if...
Cage triggered.
yeah, see, it goes too
Here.
low down. Just to show you. You can toss it up there, but... bounces off. So...
Cage triggered.
that's way too high for a one-way anyways, so it doesn't matter. I'm actually testing this as I'm recording, so... I wonder if you could... I don't think you can, so... it's a myth busted. Now I'm going to show attacker strats. First, I'm gonna go A, then mid, then B. So what I'll usually do is you can put trip on top sewers, trip right here. Put a trip right here if they like pushing through spawn and not sewers. I would not do this, but you're welcome to. Same with that. Again, it gets sewers. You can also put it anywhere along sewers, because it's a small space, so tripwires fit. I'm not sure if you can put it on a corner like this, necessarily. No, you cannot. You can put it up here if you're going to be pushing through mid, watching that sewer. Over here. Here. Actually, this one's too close to mid, so I wouldn't use it, but this one I use a lot if we're going B, or this one, of course. This one is kind of jumpable, but as long as you put it high enough and low enough at the same time, it can't be crouched or jumped. But you could do this. Right there. It's visible there, but it's not visible there. As long as they're wide swinging this, and then going around, so peeking this angle, then they will hit it before they peek this side of the angle. If you're further up in mid and you're about to take sights, put it anywhere around here. Cannot put it there. Put it there. It's pretty flexible with Cypher tripwires. Only problem with this one is they can just jump over the barrels. And then also you can boost to jump over one of these with the little lip on it. For cameras, I'm gonna go back. Actually, 1 second. There is some notable mentions for B, but it's kind of hard, and these are all jumpable if you do a traffic cone boost right here. It's a little bit tough to do, but once you do it, it's easy to dodge this one. And you can put it along here. This is the least jumpable one, because you would hear them jump over this one the most. Even if they crouch jumped or shift jumped. Because it's the furthest distance down, so. It's also loud with this one. But this one you can just balance it, kinda. Now for cameras, I'm gonna go back to A and retrieve my camera. And there's actually a very good camera for attack when attacking A. This is why I like attacking A as Cypher mostly. You go up onto this crate, or not crate, but like container, or whatever it is, decoration, whatever you want to call it. You can jump, and you cannot put it on that painting, but it doesn't matter if you jump either. Stretch that. You can see screens, you can see if they're pushing main. Another camera you can do. It's a little bit more of an aggressive one, still high up. Not put, can actually, but this does not show much, so I'm testing out more too. I've been pretty static with Cypher Unbind, so as I'm recording this, it's pretty nice to just come up with ideas, stuff like that. If you get more into main, then of course you can put a camera here. Or you can put any of the cameras that I showed you for a site. Get up and push with your camera, peek it. In fact, if you get heaven, as long as you're careful, you could jump and place one up there. See all of heaven. I'm gonna go over to mid for cameras. Again, pretty static, you just have to peek with your camera, or it's not like a specific camera that you'd keep. I mean, this is a nice one, you could keep it, along with your tripwire at mid to see what they do after hitting your tripwire and destroying it, or just destroying it. Also, just put it along here, I do this a lot, to see if they're opping vents before smoke goes down. Again, if you're trapped in this corner, you can cam to help get out. Just keep camming and peeking with it. Oh, I didn't pick up my camera. And for B, you can do a lot of the same stuff that you can on defense. For example, this one. You can see heaven, and of course sight and where the spike is. You can also see if
Here.
they're pushing from alleyway or if they're
Here.
on cat. Or not, yes, catwalk or rafters,
Here.
whatever you want to call it. Again. Attacker cameras, there's not like specific spots, you just use it to watch stuff more reasonably instead of having
Cage triggered.
sneaky lineups or whatnot, like up here. And that's about it. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Twitch and Discord in the description. Thank you.